I crashed my car. This is the worst mistake that I've ever made. I recently got my license, and after a long time, I got my car. It's the first sense of freedom that I had, and I messed it all up. I was making a turn, and while looking for the oncoming traffic, I turned into my lane. And by the time I looked right, it was too late. And to say that I was crushed, or that I'm crushed, is an understatement. This was the beginning of Columbus Day weekend. A Friday, I had planned to go to church later on Friday, and now it's Sunday, so I've had some time to process it. And also next Friday, which will be exactly a week from the day that I crashed my car, it'll be my birthday. I've put such a financial burden and stress on my family members, and it hurts a lot because I know how hard my dad worked to provide a car with those qualities, as well as my mom. It was the car I actually wanted. In fact, it had everything I wanted and needed, and I messed it up. But I completely shut down, and I didn't know what to do. Still don't know what to do. That moment, thinking back, doesn't even feel real. My body felt like a tuning fork. I know it sounds odd, but imagine just getting a tuning fork and hitting it. I felt so destabilized. My emotions were so intense that my equilibrium was unbalanced. I felt sick to my stomach. I still do feel sick to my stomach. And my mental state is completely thrown out of whack. You see, I'm a perfectionist, and I hate making mistakes. In fact, making academic mistakes is something that pains me a lot. I'll make a mistake on a math test or click the wrong thing on a multiple choice option, and I won't be able to stop thinking about it for maybe another week or until the next quiz passes. So with that in mind, making such a stupid turn, such a stupid mistake, was another burden on me. Because now, do I not only have a car, do I not only not have a car, I feel like the most stupid person in the world. And my question is, how does someone cope with that? I thought to myself that there is no hope, that there's literally nothing that I can think of, nothing that I could do to make this situation better. I like to think myself as a reasonable man, so crying won't help either, and all those thoughts combined made me feel completely helpless. There's absolutely nothing I can do. And the next morning when I woke up and my dad told me that this car is probably not fixable, it has to be totaled, because the way in which I hit the car in front of me was I wouldn't like to say unlucky, but it was just terrible. And it messed up the front framing of my car. And for the past 2 days, I've been wrestling with my mind and with God, saying, could you please turn back time? That was the level of desperation. I kept asking God, could you please turn back time? Could this day never have happened? Could I have just stayed home? Could I go to sleep and wake up the next morning and none of this ever happened? I actually wanted that so bad that I checked the date, and I hope that instead of it being October 11th, it would be October 10th again. I asked God, could I go back and just look for another second? Could I have just taken my time? Couldn't I have just not made such a stupid mistake? I'm filled with shame, regret, and self-hatred. So what's the moral of this story? Well, there are many things that I took, and instantly was the human need for self-preservation. Can you imagine having absolutely no hope? In your mind, you can't even comfort yourself, because all comfort is just a false sense of comfort. So you immediately resort to denial, you resort to fascination, because fascination is the only way that you're able to keep a calm sense of mind, that you're able to function. Because if you think to yourself, if you truly believe in your heart that it didn't happen, then it didn't happen, and then you can continue living, and then you could go on. But I guess I just have to accept reality. Time will pass, and no matter how things may be right now, I just have to bear it. Bear the reality of the situation. Be willing to endure all with humility and give thanks to God.